I'm back! Woo! All right, let me go grab my microphone. So originally this was going to be a how to flip your circadian rhythm video. You know, a step-by-step, here's what to do kind of thing. But spoiler alert, I was humbled and fast. Because the truth is, there is no perfect formula. What works for me one week might totally flop the next. But this time, I think I might actually have cracked the code. So I've done 14 weeks of nights over the past 3 years of residency, and for the first time, this flip didn't totally wreck me. So no, this isn't a tutorial, but let this be a little time capsule of what finally worked for me. And honestly, I just thought it would be fun to look back on this in 10 years when hopefully I will have a more normalish schedule, ... So the first part of my strategy is simple. Just stay awake as long as I can after my last night shift and then crash hard when I hit a wall. I was still riding that weird post-night shift endorphin high after brunch with my co-residents, which is a tradition in our program. So our night shifts always last 1 week, so 7 nights straight. And at the end of the 7th night, the group of residents who are scheduled for nights will all go out for brunch as kind of a way to celebrate and also to kickstart the whole flipping back to days. So this time we trekked all the way to Pasadena, which is like a 30-minute drive from where I live. And listen, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that I cannot be trusted to drive long distances when I'm sleep deprived. But the drive is totally worth it for these people. We've built something really special over these last few years, and honestly, they're the main reason that I will miss residency. I feel that these last 3 years have been the hardest of our lives. So all of us have quote unquote trauma bonded with each other. Going through the lowest points of our lives alongside one another has truly bonded us for life. My co-residents are some of the most hardworking, kind-hearted people and will be dearly missed by me when I'm through with residency in a couple months. And honestly, I will try to not think too hard about it because I will start crying. Also bonus, the Arroyo Seco Parkway is so pretty. So that was another bonus for me making the trek all the way out to Pasadena and kind of why I was in a hyper-ish mood. So for those of you who don't know, the Arroyo Seco Parkway is the main highway to Pasadena here in Los Angeles. And it's this beautiful winding highway. It's kind of like one of those old-timey highways, and it has these beautiful old bridges built over it. And it's such a lovely drive, especially in that early morning light. See, it's the little things. It's the little things that'll keep us going through hard times. So I got home and somehow summoned the energy to work on my YouTube script. I got the Salt video uploaded, which was a small win, but by 1 p.m. I was tapped out. I hit a wall and I found myself just scrolling mindlessly on Instagram, and that's when I knew it was just time for lights out. And this brings me to my midnight Taco Bell moment. So I woke up at 11 p.m. and I was absolutely ravenous. And yes, I ordered Taco Bell. No judgment, okay? I want to be real with you guys, and I know I advocate for the whole food plant-based diet. Well, listen, if you're in a situation where there's not really anything else open late at night, then sometimes you gotta make do with what you have. But Taco Bell for me is basically a nostalgic comfort food, and it's one of the few vegetarian-friendly fast food options out there. Shout out to my fellow Indians who know that 7-layer burrito struggle. Honestly, RIP the 7-layer burrito. I don't know why they got rid of it. It was such a crowd favorite, right? Am I the only one who thinks that? This meal also had me reminiscing about my med school and my college days when we would just pull all-nighters and then celebrate with a 2 a.m. Taco Bell run. I don't know how I survived college. I don't think I slept at all. I think college students are a little bit invincible. So I managed to fall asleep again around 1 a.m. and woke up at 7 feeling not awful. I actually went out to get my eyebrows done, which was a small act of self-care. It's always comforting to catch up with my eyebrow esthetician. She's also Indian, and being Indian in a city without a big Desi community, sometimes those little connections mean a lot more than you think. Let's go. Woo, eyebrow time, time to get my eyebrows done so I don't look like Chewbacca anymore. But all right, time to get my eyebrows done. Oh, wow. See, this, I gotta just keep this on. My eyes are at half mast, guys. They can't go up further than this. All right, we'll see you after the eyebrows. And the grand reveal. Look at those angles, y'all. I'm a new woman today. All right, which way do you want me to go? This way, okay. Let go. Also, I totally forgot to tell you guys this, but this happened to be my last ICU shift ever. Like, forever. And let me tell you, I will not miss managing drips or ventilators, not even a little. I was surrounded by residents who loved critical care, and I was out there just trying to survive. At the end of it all, one of them actually told me they were surprised when they learned that I wanted to do primary care and wanted nothing to do with hospital medicine because I seemed so calm under pressure when it came to these sick patients. And I just thought that was funny. It was very flattering, but just funny because I am not calm at all on the inside. I might look very cool on the outside, but I am sweating bullets underneath my scrubs, let me tell you. And that's just me faking it till I make it. I've learned that even when you don't totally know what's going on in an emergent situation, staying composed helps your team to also stay composed. So I guess the fake it till you make it method works. Okay, so here I was trying to get some nice B-roll footage of the drive back to my house, but it didn't quite work out. So instead enjoy my cute little Ganesh on the backdrop of Los Angeles. So as the day wore on, I got more and more tired, but in a good way. I ended up doing some household chores. I first threw some coconut oil in my hair, which is a throwback to my childhood. So this is an old Indian tradition for healthy hair dating back, I don't know, I think hundreds, I want to say hundreds of years. I have not done a deep dive on that, but maybe I will. It's actually kind of interesting. But anyway, I restarted this ritual because now that I'm entering my 30s, I am facing a little bit of hair loss. So the scalp massage will help to stimulate hair growth, and it just feels really nice. I usually leave it in for about 2-3 hours and I wash it out. I know some people will say you should leave it in your hair overnight or for even a couple of days, but honestly, if I do that, then the oil will get everywhere and it doesn't smell good when it stains. But anyway, I'll let you guys know in a couple months if this reintroducing the coconut oil is doing any good. I also did some light cleaning. I watered my beautiful plants. And then I closed the night out with a quick Pilates session. See, when you're working 13 hours a day for 7 days straight, you really, really appreciate your free time so much more. See, you never know how good you have it until it's gone. So this was a very, very special day, just doing these mundane tasks for me. All right, so woke up again around midnight, but this time I had a salad ready to go. I was smart. And I learned from my Taco Bell mistake, and then I pre-ordered some healthy meals before going to bed. I watched the old Sherlock Holmes movie, which I've seen dozens of times, so it doesn't overstimulate me, so I'm able to fall back asleep. And don't ask me why I've watched the Sherlock movie dozens of times. This is the one with Robert Downey Jr. And for some reason, when I was, I think, middle school or high school, whenever it came out, I was absolutely obsessed. I thought it was so funny. The soundtrack was amazing. I don't know why. I watched it so many times. And no, I don't think I had a crush on Robert Downey Jr. or anything. I guess I just enjoy watching intelligent people figure out crimes. But anyway, back to my point. If you're doing these nights and you're trying to just stay awake a little bit to lull you back into sleep, you gotta do something that's not gonna overstimulate you. So don't watch the new episode of White Lotus. Don't watch Severance if you haven't watched it already, because you're just gonna binge watch the whole thing and we'll never go back to sleep. So this plan worked out perfectly, and I passed out again around 2 a.m. It's actually 3 days later, and I realized I forgot to film an outro. So I've been doing a lot of research on sleep, and I'm learning that there's two patterns to understand sleep, and one is the pattern of sleep homeostasis. The second is your circadian rhythm. So your sleep homeostasis is determined by the amount of sleep you're actually getting per night. And if you don't sleep one night or don't sleep well, then you accrue what is called a sleep debt. And that sleep debt has to be paid in the following night's sleep by just having a longer period in deep sleep. So the other sleep process is circadian rhythm, and that's determined by the secretion of hormones, body temperature, and also your relation to light during the day. And in terms of hormones, it's specifically judged by your secretion of melatonin and cortisol. Those are the most important. So melatonin is in charge of keeping you asleep during the night. It peaks around midnight or 1 a.m. and then gradually starts to decline. And that's when you start seeing the cortisol start to go up. So I've realized that my problem right now is that my sleep homeostasis is there. I feel very tired during the day. I feel a very large sleep debt. But my circadian rhythm has not quite reset. So I don't think my brain is producing adequate levels of melatonin at night, which is why I'm waking up in like the middle of the night, which is when my melatonin should be peaking. And actually, science does show in these scenarios, it is okay to use melatonin as a supplement to help you stay asleep. Anyways, it is encouraging that I'm at least waking up later and later, so I'm hoping that this circadian rhythm will soon be reset. This outro / debrief was longer than expected, but I'm sure if y'all are going through a similar situation where you have to switch your circadian rhythm, pretty much make a 180, then I'm sure you can vibe with this vlog, and let me know in the comments if you can relate to what I'm going through or if there's stuff you do that works. I think when it comes to these situations, everyone's a bit different. I've talked to people who literally stay up the whole day and then go to sleep, and then they've automatically reset their body clock, their circadian rhythm, which works for them. It does not work for me, because if I do that, I will still wake up at midnight, no matter how long I have stayed awake. So that just goes to show my circadian rhythm is extremely powerful. But yeah, I would like to know, what do you guys do? But if you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next chatty vlog. Bye!